guys, it's me Sandy, that vegan chick. So today I'm going to be trying out a brand new recipe for the first time. It's called Indian coconut butter cauliflower. Doesn't that sound good? I'm going to show you the ingredients that we're going to need for this recipe. These are the ingredients we're going to need for this recipe. 1 large head of cauliflower, which I'm going to be cutting into florets, fresh ginger, which we're going to be grating, 1/2 of a yellow onion, 4 garlic cloves, that's right people, 4 garlic cloves, salt and pepper, 2 1/3 cups of canned coconut milk. Now this is the full fat coconut milk, you know what I'm talking about. This recipe isn't low cal. 1 can of tomato paste, the small can. We're going to be using some fresh cilantro later for a garnish. Some coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil. I'm using basmati rice. And for spices, we are using yellow curry, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and garam masala. And in case you're wondering what garam masala is, I probably pronounced it wrong. It is an Indian spice mix. So it's a blend of ground spices used exclusively in Indian cuisine. I did not know what it was when I saw this recipe, so that's why I'm just letting you guys know. You can buy it at your grocery store, bulk food store, wherever, or you can make your own, but I went and bought some. So let's get started. Okay, so right now I'm just cutting up the cauliflower into florets or bite-sized, more or less, pieces. And then what I'm going to be doing with it is putting it in a marinade using some of the ingredients that I mentioned earlier. And it's gonna marinate for 10 minutes, and then we're going to put it under the broiler on a cookie sheet. So I'm just gonna finish chopping this up, and then we're gonna do the marinade. Okay, so now we're just gonna put the cauliflower into a large bowl, and then we are going to add some of the ingredients to marinate it, like I said, for 10 minutes. Okay, this made kind of a mess, but that's what we have it out for. Okay, so I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of the coconut milk, and then just a bit of salt, whatever you think. 1 tablespoon of shredded, what do you call it? Grated ginger. And then 2 minced cloves of garlic. And then we're gonna just let this sit. Okay, that's a knife. We're gonna just let this sit for 10 minutes. And in the meantime, we are going to preheat the broiler on high. And once this is marinated, we're going to put it under the broiler for probably 3 or 4 minutes. So while I'm waiting for the broiler to heat up and the cauliflower to finish marinating, I went ahead and made my rice. Now, I know I always talk about how much I love a rice cooker. I'm telling you, this thing is the bomb. Love a rice cooker. So what I went and did, I probably made way too much rice, but I mean, I'll use it, right? So I went ahead and I put 2 cups of basmati rice in with 1.5 cups of vegetable broth that I had left over. Now you can just use plain water, but it gives it a really nice flavor if you do happen to have some vegetable broth. So that's what I did. So that's already made. So yay for that. So we're gonna put the cauliflower in shortly, and then I'm gonna make the sauce. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the marinated cauliflower and I'm putting it on a cooking sheet lined with parchment paper. And I'm just gonna spread it into an even layer. And then, like I said, I'm gonna put it under the broiler, which I have on high, for 3 to 4 minutes until you just notice the cauliflower just starting to get a little bit charred looking, like not burnt or anything. Let's pray that it doesn't burn, okay, people? This is the only cauliflower I have. So just till it gets a little bit brown. So 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm really gonna keep an eye on that. And I'm not gonna start doing the sauce until this cauliflower is done because I'm a little nervous. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so I just took the cauliflower out of the oven. I let it broil for 4.5 minutes, and then I started getting scared that it was gonna burn. So I took it out. So I think we're good. Let's do the sauce. So I'm just heating up some extra virgin olive oil on the stove, about 2 tablespoons, and then I'm going to put in this chopped up half of a yellow onion, and I'm just gonna let that saute for about 5 minutes. Now, I know that you guys have always, probably if you've ever tuned in, you know that I don't like onions, but I'm slowly starting to realize that you do need onions for certain recipes because they just add that flavor that you really can't get from anything else, and you don't want your dishes to be bland. So I'm getting over my onion phobia, and hey, I'm cooking with onions. So 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you add the 2 cloves of garlic, the 2 remaining cloves of garlic. So we're just going to put that in there. And then we're gonna let that saute for another 5 minutes. And then we're gonna add the spices. And you know what? It smells so good. Okay, I have a question for you guys. This is the first time I've ever done anything with grated ginger, except for like in a smoothie. And I don't know if I'm using the wrong grater or what, but this is what was happening. Like it just was all juice, and then I used this side and it was still not right, and then this side was like obviously like too big, and then I ended up like cutting it up. So if any of you have tips on how to grate ginger, or which grater I need, is there a ginger grater out there that I'm unaware of? Please let me know. Thank you. Okay, so I forgot to say I put the ginger in there too. So that's been sauteing now for another couple minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the spices. Now I'm putting in 2 teaspoons of yellow curry. Make sure you get the yellow curry because there's another curry and it's not yellow. And I don't know, we need the yellow curry, apparently. Okay, I had to go and buy that specially today. A half a teaspoon of turmeric, which I did have. Turmeric is so good for you. It is just an amazing spice, so always try to have a little turmeric in your life. Just half a teaspoon at times, you know? Of the turmeric. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, what else do we need? 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now, you can add as much as you like for how spicy you like it. I'm just gonna go with a little bit of a heaping teaspoon because I like spicy. So we're gonna go with that. And then what was the other thing I needed? Oh yeah, this stuff. The garam masala, which I have never used. So this is, and I'm probably not even saying it right. We're gonna use 1 tablespoon of that. So I guess this is what's gonna really make it have that Indian flavored spice to this dish, which, let's just be careful here with the garam masala. I think that's probably good. Okay, so we're gonna put that in. Oh yeah, it smells so good. That smells delicious. And now we are gonna go ahead. Was I supposed to put pepper in there? Can't remember. Let's throw some in just in case. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and put in the coconut milk. So there was the 2 cups of coconut milk. Gonna put that in, and the tomato paste. So that was just 1 small can of tomato paste. Now, regarding the measurements for the coconut milk, I have 2 cans of it, and I didn't quite use the whole 2 cans for 2 1/3 cups, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna see how thick or not thick this is, and I might add some more of the coconut milk since I have some still left over. It was 400 milliliter cans, so you do the math, people, because I can't. So now I'm just waiting for the sauce to come to a boil, and it's gonna cook like that for about 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna add in the 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and let that cook for a little bit. And then I'm gonna put in the cauliflower. It's a boiling. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and give it a stir and turn it down. You guys, this smells amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is just add the cauliflower to the sauce, and I'm gonna stir that in and really delicately here with my hands. And And then I'm gonna let it cook for about another 5 minutes. And then, dun, 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 it will be ready to put over top of the rice. And I think it's gonna be amazing. I really, really do. I'll just give you a quick little, ooh, maybe I won't, quick little peek there. Don't know if you can tell. Okay, let's not have it on the floor, shall we? We want it over a bed of rice, not on a hardwood floor. Okay, seriously guys, how good does this look? Now I just added the cilantro just kind of on top. You can mix it in with the entire dish, but I just thought I'll just throw a little bit on top because I didn't know how much I would want. And I found these naan bread dippers. They're just like little mini naan breads because they were the only ones that I could find that were vegan. So I am dying to try this. Let's give it a shot. Oh, and I just wanted to say before I dig in that I let my cauliflower cook in the sauce for probably about 10 to 15 minutes while I did the dishes because after 5 minutes it was still a little bit on the hard side. So just a little tip there, let it cook at least 10 to 15 minutes, I would say, in the sauce. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm dying to taste this. It is so good. It is seriously, seriously so good. This is a delicious, comforting, spicy Indian dish, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So I hope you all try this out at home. Mwah!